Hey guys, welcome to Cosmiclighthouse. I'm Justine. This is going to be a reading for the sign of Sagittarius. Full transparency, once I get through this round of zodiac signs, I think I'm going to take a break from them again. I know. I feel so separated from messages when I break them down this way, but I was called to do this, so I'm just listening to my spirit. But then as I continue to do these 12 readings, the same message that happens over and over again is that I don't like putting a zodiac label around the messages that come from spirit. Sagittarians, I guess just a cute little PSA, I don't know. Sagittarians, what's the vibe? I don't really care where you have the sign of Sagittarius in your chart. If you just clicked on this reading and you're like, what the fuck is a Sagittarius? There's other YouTubers that can give you a deep dive on that shit. Sagittarius, your energy is very cold. I'm not gonna lie to you. You're like, why? You are not fucking with people right now. Like, any person coming up to you and asking you for advice, you're like, why the fuck are you talking to me right now? You guys very much have boundaries up around you, and that's not a bad thing either. It's not a bad thing at all. I'm getting Irish goodbying energy too. If you're not adding to my life, what are you doing? The huge financial elevation that's happening in your life, Sagittarius, is especially if you're business owners. I feel like you're getting more clients. I feel like you're just connecting with the people that you need to be connecting with, networking especially. If you're in the music industry, this whole era of oh man, just making things political is inspiring a lot of you guys. A lot of you feel the need to be very revolutionary. I like this for you, Sagittarius, is I feel like you guys are trying to harness energy on your purpose and what that means to you. Oh, man, I feel like you guys are also extremely uncomfortable. Your gut, you have really bad anxiety right now as well. Saw a video on Instagram and it was just like, you don't like being seen. And I just sat there and I let this man read the fuck out of me. And like this whole reading and the whole message was like, what are you allowing versus what are you not allowing to be in your life? And Sagittarius says, I feel like that's such a huge theme for you. With these boundaries, you're having physical reactions to people, places, and things. Energetically speaking wise, you're getting into a place where you walk into a room, you don't like it, you're out. Sagittarius says, you are in such a different vibration, and I'm obsessed with it, and I'm obsessed with you. You should be obsessed with your energy because it's really good. It's really, really good. Let's just jump in, see what the cards have to say. I just heard I'm not doing enough, or I'm not doing it right. Okay, so how do you then, again, how do you figure out and navigate what's within you? How do you release the things that are within you so that way you're not bound to energy that you're holding on to because it's keeping you fragmented? Any sort of energy that you are feeling needs to have specific removal. It is because it does. If you're holding on to energy, trauma in specific areas, I don't know what. Okay, so this would be our solar plexus chakra. So what energy are you holding in your gut? That is the need to, again, be seen, being confident. That is masculine energy. You guys could have IBS. I don't know. Everything about you is changing. Everything about you is changing. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I bought some Uncrustables. I bought some of the Aldi Uncrustables, and I ate one yesterday, and I remember being like, I can feel all of the chemicals that are in this. My body is not reacting the way that a normal interaction with the food would. It's open that they're poisoning us. So I need you guys to be aware of that shit. And what are you going to do moving forward so that way you have more control over your diet, Sagittariuses? What are you eating? No more McDonald's, babe. Maybe that's it. Some of y'all are eating too much fast food. It's making you sick. Alright. What does Sagittariuses need to know at this time? First card out is protection in the upright. The pentacle symbolizes every single element in spirit, baby. Earth, air, fire, water, spirit. And when you allow yourself to understand that your energy does create protection, you don't need to be seeking outside sources, babe. Your energy comes from within. Allow that to be kind of just like the guiding, movement forward in your life. Okay, hold on. That did not make sense, or did it? I don't know. I was deep in the energy. Sagittarius says that this is an energy of honoring yourself, knowing your worth, standing up, being authentically you, and working through the motions, and understanding that this shadow realm is a shadow realm for evolution. There is loss here as well. Grieving. Are you holding on to death? You holding on to a specific person's death, Sagittarius? Is that what is causing you anxiety? So what happens if you're not letting go of this loved one? And that's holding that loved one in kind of a quantum field right now. You have to release the energy. You also have to understand that nothing really ends. Everything just transforms. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. So it has to be altered. It has to be tampered with. So Sagittarius is, you have to figure out how to tamper with your own energy in a positive way. And I think that's just what's going on in your life. You're being very secluded, intentional, and I think that's a really healthy place to be, Saggies. Candle magic showing up and then cleansing with water. Here's the thing. Everything is intention. Everything we do is intentional. What we speak, what we listen to, what we create. So if you are doing things with an intention of expansion, then that is exactly the vibration that I need you to be in, Sagittarius. I don't want you to be in an energy where you're not allowing yourself to exist in the whole. All of this is connected. And Sagittarius, you are spiritual beings. We are all spiritual beings, but you guys are the bridge. You are such a positive entity here on this earth, and we need you to be alive. And I feel like I'm saying that in every single one of my readings because, like, I love you. You need to do everything in your power to be alive and not numb yourself, okay? Nuh-uh, we're not feeding to that energy anymore. Cleansing with water, doing everything that you possibly can to not hold on to other individuals' energy, because that happens. People love projecting on us, and if we're not spiritually strapped up and shielded, it will latch onto our consciousness. It will latch onto our aura. It will dimensionally bleed basically into our own existence. I don't want that for you. I don't think you want that for yourself. So if you are working with people all of the time, or just like period, like just fucking cleanse your energy. However that may be. We also have ancestors, remembrance. You're very, very tuned in to the spiritual realm. And what a blessing that is, because so many humans that walk this earth are so disconnected from earth itself and just I need to go sit outside more, okay? I myself need to get out and just like exist on this planet. And if you are feeling called to do so, like just listen to Earth. Just listen to her. There are people intentionally harming her and us on this planet. You are being controlled by propaganda and fear, and that vibration is not real. It's fabricated. It's a fake frequency to disrupt. We're not only disrupting ourselves, we're disrupting the planet. All of it is connected. And you have the opportunity to speak what you create, and it's my job to remind you of that. I'm not going to do it for you, babe. But I will be here as just a lighthouse to help you understand and navigate what you already know to be true. And like, that's my job on Earth. That's why I'm here. You have to understand, if we are in, I had this download earlier and it slapped me so hard in the face, that if there are such extreme lower vibrational energies that are freely roaming on this planet, you know what that means now? The frequency is polarized. Like, these two things exist at the same time. So if this is playing on the Earth, this is playing on the Earth too. Other dimensional beings that are true of the Christ consciousness, baby. All of this is love. All of this is rooted in love. None of this is rooted in fear. And I'm sorry that if you feel personally victimized by Christianity, you're ruling in a God that operates in a fear-based consciousness, and that is written by man, not by source. Are things in that Bible true? Yeah, there are stories. But you have to remember to look between the lines. And I think Sagittarius is, you are very much interested in either expanding your knowledge about different religions and different cultures, or even with the bones here, archaeology. Actually being true in that. You know, I was thinking about this earlier. If we get into a reality, which we're in this reality, and the reality keeps expanding, and this reality continuously evolves and proves that the ancient ones that came before this timeline, that were here first, who had connections with consciousness of higher vibrations, and you get through this energy of understanding that things were hidden intentionally. And so you look at like Graham Hancock, for example, who's truly speaking and getting facts to prove that there was a civilization that got destroyed by a flood. All of this energy of cleansing from God. And reminder, God does not have a gender, and if it did, it would not be a he. Okay? There is a deep need for you to have a deeply impactful spiritual life. And I think that's beautiful. We're 13 minutes in. We are 13 minutes in. I gotta keep these short, sweet, to the point. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. A lot of the readings that I did yesterday, actually all the readings I did yesterday, the energy was very much needing to master the targets of projections. And Sagittarius, your energy is so vibrationally up here. So just exist in that. I'm hearing memories fading into the moonlight. Okay. Mental conflict. Let's talk about living in a reality where we're being here it is. This is what I was fucking talking about. It's in every single fucking reading. We're being fucked basically by individuals who are intentionally harming the vibration. It's not real. It's not real. Okay? And what it does is it intentionally harms our frequency to keep us stuck. And they've been doing it for centuries. So many people on this planet have not evolved past this plane of existence. They've been basically zombies their whole life. And we're now in this current moment existing in a timeline where we're seeing how quantum physics works out in real fucking time. Sagittarius says you really are an important role in all of this. And that's just by being authentically you, loving yourself. It's the hardest thing to do, baby. You know how many people can't love themselves? They're just surrounded by people that don't love themselves. They're in marriages, they're in friendships, they're in job places that are an illusion because they feel like they can't do anything else. And you know what you're doing? You're harvesting energy. You're getting harvest. Sagittarius says you're like, I don't subscribe to that timeline. And I love that about you. I don't know one fucking Sagittarius who has ever been like, I'm following the rules. What? Bitch, you got me fucked up. A Sagittarius is going to create their own fucking timeline. They're literally going to be like, I actually see this and now I'm going to go this way. And everyone's like, you're flying? The fuck? A firm foundation, baby. This whole energy of you shielding yourself, keep it up, dude. Keep it up. You know what's crazy? You believing in something that is not a part of the norm. And like, what a blessing that is, because you're not tuned in to the masses. Crown chakra in the reverse. With wisdom in the reverse, you are so fucking aware of the time codes that have been placed on this earth that create instability. You know what the difference is between like the readings I did yesterday versus today? Y'all are aware of the energy, but you're not directly letting it affect you. You're continuously persevering through this. Your strength will be admired. I don't know who I'm talking to, but some of you guys are like really important leaders in like social media or even in your communities. You clearly move mountains. Girl, the frequency is whack as fuck. What is this mental conflict? Let's clarify this and go a little deeper. Thank you so much. You like how it fell on the ground? It was the world card in the reverse. What the hell? I just yeeted this all the way over here. Excuse me. Crazy. Okay. The world card. Oh, it's the wheel, actually. The wheel in the reverse. Things are changing. Things are changing. Y'all wanted to fuck around and find out. That's what this is. The finding out. All of this is the finding out. And finding out that you cannot keep destroying source consciousness. The spiritual war has been happening for centuries. I have told this story before. I'm going to say this again. One of my best friends at church camp growing up, I mean, like, he and I went through all of church camp together. We became counselors at the same time. Like, I knew this kid for years. I remember one day we were walking around on the campsite and he kept talking to me. He was just like, the spiritual war that we're just existing in. And I never grasped that. Oh my God, I almost ripped off my jewel. I never really grasped the concept of what it meant for a spiritual war. And I remember sitting there and I was just like, I don't understand this. Like, what do you mean? I'm not. And at the time, looking back at this is so funny. At the time, that was when I was no longer allowing myself to be comfortable, like, seeing spirits. And I remember walking, after we had that conversation, we were walking back. I was walking back to, like, the campground where I was staying. And I kept being like, I don't understand this spiritual war. But then I kept seeing visions of spirits just fighting. And I didn't get the concept. And I can't believe that they're bringing this up right now. Because, like, that is so fucking cool. Like, that has not been in my mind forever. This whole idea of dimensional bleeding, it is real. All of this is real. We're living in a reality where any sort of illusion is gone, dude. Why the fuck was I talking about that? Spiritual war. You guys, I'm literally just a girl. This whole idea of coding that has been here for a lot longer than we realized. There's something about that really deeply resonates in my spirit, and I feel like Sagittarius, you guys are gonna kind of have these moments that I'm having. You're gonna have moments where it's like pieces of your subconscious are going to come forward, and then also it's going to inspire you then to kind of navigate where these are taking you. I really like it because you're not tuned into the Matrix. You're not. The King of Pentacles in the reverse, dude. And this is now clarifying that mental conflict with Judgment. I opened, boom. The universe is about to whip you in shape. If remember when I was saying we got those lower vibrational energies, we got those higher vibrational energies. There they are. And they're what? Shielded. What's this firm foundation? Four Cups in the reverse. Damn right, you're not falling for any propaganda or illusion. Let the universe take care of what it needs to take care of. You focus on you. And I think that's a really beautiful mindset to have right now, is you just understanding, okay, so this is what I can control and I will control that. And baby, that's the point. You need to learn how to control and master your mind, because once you do that, it inspires other people to do that. And that's how we've changed the collective consciousness field, bitch. Come on. Eight of Cups in the reverse, you already left. This is gone. Like, this is such an expired, outdated way of thinking, being, and doing, with the Prince of Cups in the reverse, the Tower, and the Emperor in the reverse. This masculine energy, all of that was masculine energy, the solar plexus chakra. It's like Sagittarius is, you're freeing yourself from a specific past life contract. Bitch, we're going too deep in this. We're going too deep. This is our 22 minutes is longer than any of the other readings I've given. Princess of Swords with the All Gifted coming out sideways, clarifying crown chakra in the reverse. Yeah. How do we counteract this? It's an everyday. I'm not going to say struggle, because it's not a struggle. It's an everyday conscious choice of elevation, of higher consciousness. I literally didn't know what to wear. Picked this out of my closet. Cut the whole thing up. I made this morning. And then I was like, I'm going to put gems on my face. And I'm just going to look fucking weird, because why not? Because me being in my most authentic version of myself, baby, this is my way of counteracting any sort of vibration that is being thrown at me. My own inner demons. I don't get to be in a reality of fear this way. And like, that's not saying that I am completely ignoring what's going on and I don't have moments where I allow myself to exist in that energy. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is I transmute it. With the Magician? With wisdom, bitch, you're so aware. There is both. Y'all. If all of this is magic, which it is, then we are magic, which we are. Okay? Let's end this reading. I'm gooped. Look what's behind that. The Lovers. The DNA coding is upgrading. We got 12 strands, okay? The Princess of Pentacles! The DNA coding! Sagittarius says, you're doing really well. I just think you're in your own lane. You're trying to discover deeper meanings, deeper versions of who you are. And, like, what a blessed experience you're having. Truly. Let's end this. Not me picking this up and being like, why is this empty? Because they're over here, dumbass. Alright, final messages. fruition. Rest assured your dreams and vision will come to fruition. Bitch, yes. Vision. Trust in your ability to create the vision of your soul. Yes. 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 Gratitude. Universal love shines through you. The miracles of life all around you. Sagittarius, this is gaggy. It's a good day to be a Sagittarius.